off his sabbatical, back off his vacation, back off of, I got nothing. You know what? What's going on, people? You know what this is. This is Channel 1 Mind, aka Nightmare Impact, and I am back, baby. Woo! Got that Ric Flair woo. Yeah, man, it's been a long time. I know it's been like 2 months since I've uploaded a video, uploaded anything. I had to take a little time. A couple issues occurred. A lot of things got in the way of me recording. But I will happily go. I will probably bring that to you in another time. It probably doesn't make sense for me to go into it on this video. This video is not about problems. This video is about the celebration of me playing this game. Ooh, almost slipped up again. I almost said the name. Yeah, but this is a celebration of me playing this game and actually not finding this game, but my daughter finding this game. And her being so like amazed and motivated and like really like, I love this game. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where it's like she actually was on Xbox, PlayStation. See, this is how I'm leaving that in. Want to know why I'm leaving it in? Because that's just tells you what's been on my mind lately. I've watched the new Xbox Live experience and show. But anyway, back saying, my daughter found this game and she was really excited about it because she loves zombies, anything zombies. And I was just like, you know what, I'll give it a try. The game very cheap. I can't remember the exact price, but if you can always go look at this game up yourself. It's on PlayStation, it's on Steam, it's almost on everything. Anyway, and I was just surprised at how fun it was. Like, it was actually a fun independent game, and it was just fun to play. And then what was great about it is I get to play with her. And so this is where you can see the beginning where I'm playing with her, and she really enjoyed this game. Now let me get granted, when it start getting to the harder parts of the game, like you get to the later levels, she kind of falls apart. She kind of is like, I don't want to play no more. I just watch you play. Which, she's 5. So, at the time she was 5. So, it's one of those things where you just gotta let it be. You can't force a 5-year-old to get good. We're not in those ages no more where when I was 5, I was conquering games that I had no idea. I could barely read, and I was still beating games. Like, to this day, I don't know how I beat certain games, not being able to read and just still beat them. Especially those old Sierra games on PC. I don't know how I was doing that. Like Captain something Blasto. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was beating a lot of games that I should not be beating at that age. But kids now are different. They don't, they're not equipped to handle figuring things out. But what I love about it is that, like I said, me and her got to play, and it was just me and her playing, and her listening to me follow order. Like, it was actually really fun. Now, I'm not going to use a lot of the footage because a lot of the footage was just her trying to attempt to jump and to make certain jumps. So that would get really boring really fast. And like I said, when it gets to the later stages, she kind of was just like tapping out. She was already like, we played this game already. I kind of want to play something else. And if she found a new game she really loved, a new zombie game, that maybe I'll bring you that in the future. Who's to say? But yeah, but back to this game. In case you didn't know, the name of the game is Guns, Gore Cannolis. And again, if you watched the review on it, I went into great detail about the review and about the people who created this game. And it's not fresh in my mind right now because it's been months since I've done that review, and it's been months, even more time since we last talked. So I guess I can say that one of the things that I found it very easy to pick up and play. Of course, I didn't have time to master the game or something like that. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't even try to master this game. I'm pretty sure there's people out there who really excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather also now. I'm pretty sure there's people out there who really wanted to master this game and like become like the best. But me, I just enjoy playing it with my daughter, and so it was really easy to pick up and play. And this is why I said I cut. I go. This is when you're gonna start seeing the edits of different stages, because it's like there's no point of me showing you like her struggling to make jumps, and then at that point she was already like, I want to play the other game, which again I don't know why I'm hiding it. It's Left 4 Dead. She literally said it at the end of the review. If you look at her review on it, she liked this game, but Left 4 Dead's better in her words. But she's like, I want to play Left 4 Dead. And I'm like, I'm trying to get footage of this game. And she's just like, I know, but I don't really want to play this game. So as you can see, I had to go solo. But she really did, let me finish, she really did enjoy this game for the time she had it, which was not long. But again, a game like this isn't made to be played for a long period, I don't think. You can, it has played stuff to go back to see, such as like it has collectibles. Like mostly after you beat the game, you unlock a lot of different characters. I know they have art and stuff like that, and I don't think it has many. I don't think it doesn't have any branching paths or anything like that. But you know, I'm pretty sure that there's things to unlock in this game. You can see I'm trying to, yeah, and then, so yeah, we're getting to the cutscenes, and again, like I'm giving you just an overview of things to see in the game. And again, I'm keeping it very short, but it's also giving me a chance to talk about my last video. Like the last video I did was the Tekken video, which I gotta say I got some feedback for, but not like I thought I would. I thought I would get a lot more, you know, people talking in comments, a lot more interactive. You know, like I was hoping to get a little bit more views on it, to say like, hey, because you know, originally anyone who knows this channel, I originally was a Tekken, I would say a Tekken channel. I hate to call it that, but that's what it was. It was literally primarily Tekken. Everything I talked about was usually Tekken. Anything I usually did was Tekken. I mean, originally it didn't start out that way, but it just literally became that because that's became my game. After Tekken 6, it's like everything was Tekken, and you can see the timeline when I made this this YouTube channel. It was around 2011. But as you can see, I had footage of older Tekken, so I just started using the older footage I had of Tekken 6, and I uploaded that stuff. And so I had Tekken Tag footage, I had Tekken 6 footage, and then by the time Tekken 7 came, it kind of just was like it became so much easier to capture footage that it was just easier. The PS4 honestly made it a lot easier to capture footage. But anyway, I thought it was gonna be more people responding to my Tekken video, because I did I put a lot of effort into that video. So much so that I wanted to actually go back and do the part where I talked about who else should be the guest. And you know, I even said like I probably should have went into more detail about why he's a cool character to actually have him as a guest DLC. And in case you haven't seen that video, I'm not gonna tell you who it was, because I want you to go see the video. And again, I want you to comment on the video. I want you to, you know, give me more feedback, because I was surprised that the feedback was kind of light. Everyone loved the ideas, even the way how I changed heat and changed the rage art, and a lot more people liked the heat changes I made. But again, like I said, I just assumed it was gonna get more feedback in that video, but I digress. And so I had to take a little time off because, I wasn't gonna go into this video, but it's best to go into it in this video and get it out the way, so that way I can move on with my next videos. Because I've already decided like what some of my next videos are gonna be, and they're gonna not really have much time for me to talk about what happened. So what had happened is originally, right after I recorded, I usually put my equipment away. Because I have a young son also, along with my daughter, and he's about 1 year old, and he likes to go around touching things. So he actually went to my microphone, and he actually bent the cord on my microphone and snapped it off, and it was like there was no way for me to record until I got a new microphone cord, because I have a Yeti, and it was like I didn't have another cord to record in. Now, don't get me wrong, the cord came back within the week. I got that one fixed pretty fast. But then another thing that hit me was just like I got a little fatigued because I was just like, well, what do I talk about next? And then I was just like, oh, I really don't have any games that I'm really been, wanting to talk about. And then by the time I did finally come around to finding a game I wanted to talk about, now it's been a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I kind of wanted to take a little bit of a vacation, go clear my mind. Like, I don't really want to record right now. And so things just kept getting in the way of recording, where I was just like, I kind of don't even, like, not say losing my motivation, but I didn't feel like doing it. And it wasn't like a matter of like, oh, well, because, I do these videos for free. I don't do these, like, I don't charge anybody anything. I would never charge. I don't think I'll ever charge anyone, even if I became popular. I don't think I want to get paid, because then it becomes a job, and I already have a good job. I don't need another one. I want this to feel fun. I want this to feel like I'm doing something, not that I'm obligated to do it. And again, I don't feel like you guys ever obligate me to do it, because the ones who comment, I appreciate the comments, I appreciate the love, and for the ones that don't comment, well, nothing can be said. I mean, if you don't speak, I don't know that you're there. I know I appreciate the view, but I would love you to comment. Just make yourself known, subscribe, say something. Hey, whatever. Anyway, what was I at? Anyway, so by the time I did figure out what I wanted to review, because what happened was I started playing another game, a game that I stopped playing for a long period, but I came back to it in Diablo 4. I literally was playing from season 1 all the way to like season 7, but then I got bored. Like, it was just the boring loop. It was repetitive, and it was like I got to a point where I was just like, let me take a break. And apparently everyone does this. They take breaks from Diablo and come back. But then season 13 just released, and I gotta say, the amount of changes they made, and the way they changed the system and simplified things and made a lot of things more easier to understand, less cryptic and more, like the adding the cube and all this. It's so fun right now that I was having a lot of fun playing my rogue. So I'm not playing, for the people that know, I'm not playing pin shot rogue anymore. I can't do that. It's so funny because I started playing pin shot rogue, but then pin shot rogue got nerfed like crazy, and so I stopped playing pin shot rogue. And every season I was like switching different rogues, different type of rogue, and I finally found a rogue I really enjoy playing. And then I'm getting too nerdy. Yeah, I'll talk about that stuff when I talk about that stuff. Anyway, let's get back to it. So the point is that I also got an Odin 3. I've been playing my Steam Deck a lot, and I've been playing my Odin 3, and the whole point was I didn't want to make my Odin 3 a emulation device. I wanted to make it an actual, streaming device. So, I've been streaming a lot of games. I've been working with Winlater, and so so you never know what game might pop up. I actually have another game that might pop up that you're gonna see that you really might enjoy. That certain people will really enjoy. It's one of the best games possibly ever made. That was like a fan-made game. But anyway, it's really dope. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it now because it's not. Let's talk about the end of this game and how this boss fight is way harder than it should be. Yeah, I actually was stuck here for a minute on the boss. It was just like, I felt like it was so cheap. And it was like you have to go through many different versions of him and beating up the ship. And again, if you've seen the game, if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about, how different points and then like the game would change in the cutscene. But the pattern is pretty easy. It's just a matter of you getting the timing right and trying not to get hit as much, because he does way more damage than you ever could do to him. Anyway, that's pretty much done. I pretty much have everything I can say about this game. This game's a really good indie game. You should try it. It's it's not cheap. I mean, it's not expensive. It's cheap. It's an older game, so if you ever get a chance, give it a try. So with that being said, don't worry, I'm not gonna go very far. I'm back now. I won't be taking long hiatuses like I was. I kind of took my vacation. There was no more into that stories in those stories, but it's fine. I think that was enough. Where I'm just like, hey, I filled you in enough where you got enough information. But what I'm gonna do is I'll be back again with the next video. I'm probably gonna try to squeeze out as many of these videos as I can because I want to get these off of my computer before I start with the new stuff. Because a lot of these is just older gameplay playthroughs, talkabouts, and then I gotta get back in shape, kind of like a ball player. You know what I mean? Anyway, you guys take care. I'll see you soon. You know that I love you, and that end. Goodbye. Just like that man said.